Now I'm not sure. Questionable. I'm not sure if it makes sense. The title of today's video is Trading 212 app review of 2020. You need to watch. So that's all I'm saying. You definitely need to watch this. Yeah. Yeah, you need to watch it. Be sure to watch the beginning of the video as well as the end all the way through. Some of you guys, you don't watch. I've got all the analytics, okay? I can tell. But be sure to watch all the way through, and shout out to the ones that do watch all the way through. But with all of that being said, YouTube, it's Ronnie MP. Whoop!
It's RonnieMP.com.
Want to join my free gift card giveaway? Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on the notification. Then let me know that you subscribe down below. That's it. Hey yo, what's good? If you know who it is, it's your boy Ronnie MP. Thank you and welcome to a brand new video of It's Ronnie MP, the show where we bring you guys, not me, you guys, a bunch of videos or financial videos suggested by you guys and you guys only. For today's topic, we've got Trading 212 app review of 2020 you need to watch. Now, I don't know about you, but I want to learn as much as I can, because bear in mind, this is the platform that we've decided to invest our money. This is where we've decided, you know what, I'm gonna put a couple of thousands, a couple of hundreds, or depending on how much you're deciding to start off with, but in my case, a couple of thousands. And yeah, I'm trusting everything is based on Trading 212, right? Because that's the platform we've chosen. So it makes sense learning as much as possible and basically taking on that student hat and not being like, I know everything, but it's more about, you know, I'm trying to learn. So definitely smash that like button if you're brand new to the channel. It definitely also helps out a lot. It helps get this video out in front of like-minded future millionaires and billionaires such as you and me. And on this channel, obviously, we talk about finance. So I'm about to dive into it right now just to load up the video, but everything you see down below as I'm preparing this, just be sure to click on it, like, subscribe, and that notification bell. It would mean a ton. Okay, but let's go for it without further ado. There we go.
The best financial decisions possible.
Mm-hmm.
This week I am reviewing
Bring the volume up.
app, and this one is the one that I get probably 15 or so requests to review.
So Trading 212 is that popular?
IG. It's very, very popular by the sounds of it. We're going to be talking Trade 212.
Trading 212. Everybody loves it. Let's see.
So before we get started, my usual disclaimer. I am a professional in financial services.
Oh!
15 years in the industry.
Snap. I think I love this guy even more now. Because obviously the usual disclaimer, as you guys would know, is I'm not a professional advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just documenting my journey as to what I do for my investment. Blah, 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 blah. But however, the opposite, we've got the opposite, so which I definitely salute and I love. Power to my brother over here. But yeah, you guys definitely go check out the video already. I haven't even watched it, but the fact that he said that, you know what, let me not judge too soon, okay? I might be like, no, but I'm gonna like the like button anyways. I'm gonna definitely support. We're here to support each other, so there you go. Let's carry on.
Where I work in investments. I am a qualified financial advisor. I've advised on investments, pensions, the like in the past. So when I approach these reviews, I'm reviewing them from the perspective of someone who's been in the industry for a very, very long time and looking at it from the angle that if I was a first-time investor, are these people giving me enough information so that I can make an informed decision? And the reason why that is important are for two reasons. First and foremost, I've been doing some research on Trade 212 today. And boy oh boy, they are a very, very popular topic on YouTube. And
a lot of videos.
To say this, that many people are sharing their journey, using them themselves, and
which is good.
Nothing wrong with that. In fact, I welcome that because I think the more you can encourage people to invest in the market, the earlier, the better. However, they're not always the best sources of inspiration and information because
that's very true. So what you need to make sure you do is you just need to stick with someone who's transparent. Hence to why I try to be as transparent as I can. I do understand with transparency, it's not something that you necessarily have to, but I choose to because I know it would encourage the younger me. Really, I do these videos is because the reason why is I wish I knew more back then, even though I'm only in my 20s, right? But I still wish I had known. Had I have known back then, I would have gotten started earlier. And you should already know with trading or investing, the earlier you start, the better you set yourself up for financial independence, and just freedom, basically, okay, in the future. So just learn from someone who's really doing it.
If you're going to look for someone to perform brain surgery, you go to a
brain surgeon.
You don't go to a chiropractor, for example. So
or mechanic.
It's really important that you vet where you're getting your information from. Secondly,
unless your mechanic is really good at brain surgery.
Information is so loosely available, widely available now on Instagram, on YouTube, and so on and so forth.
And it can be overwhelming.
That it is very, very difficult to differentiate what is real and what is not, what
fake,
is fact and what is just complete and utter fiction.
And that's so true, because some people have been on their channel and you can clearly see they're not really about that, or they're not really doing research behind the books. They're just basically regurgitating a bunch of stuff, which is the opposite. That's not the aim on this channel. The aim on this channel is we really want to dive into this and learn. Stay tuned as well. I'm going to be giving you guys my honest opinion on the Trading 212 platform, having used it for a month, and what we've learned and everything else along the way. So really, you're going on a journey with me to be able to learn, the good things that I'm picking up, the good and the bad, that is, because best believe we're going through some bad days, but we're in this for the long term. So it doesn't matter whatever fluctuation we run across. It's long term,
Don't know what you don't know until you know you don't know it. And when you talk about that, specifically when it comes to money and investments, it can be quite expensive, and God forbid you get to that stage where you learn that you didn't know something, and had you known that,
and it cost you money.
So
I love this guy already.
This review in particular is going to be looking at Trading 212 from this perspective of, are they giving you enough information so that you're informed and you know what you're doing when you begin to use them. So if you've liked what you've heard so far and you like what we're going to be going into, make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
So basically, are they giving you enough information for you to know what you're getting yourself into? I believe that's what he's saying. Conversation with Money over here, our brother over here. So love it.
Single week on my channel. Let's jump over to my computer, because there's a couple of things I want to show you there first before we go.
I'm excited. I feel like I'm going to learn a lot. And he's qualified as well. Perfect.
And one of the things that they do really, really well straight off the bat is in this
fractional share.
Invest with as little as £1. Like I say, these guys are disrupting what the traditional wealth management business has been doing for a very, very long time. And one of the big arguments that I've always had with my industry is the fact that
they don't have enough.
They put a barrier to people investing. If you can start investing with £1, fantastic. It's something you should absolutely do. And these guys are offering zero, like commission-free investing, fee-free stocks and shares ISAs. You've got 3,000 global stocks and ETFs available with these guys. They're bringing the stock market to you at a very, very affordable rate of zero. You can buy fractional shares. I'm going to talk a little bit about fractional shares through the rest of this video. No foreign exchange fee. This is a big one, because if you're buying Tesla stock and you're buying it in USD, depending on what's going on with the currency, it could either play in your favor or against it could play against you, depending on what's going on with the currency at the day. On the day. Unlimited instant trades, that's very, very good. 24/7 live support. Now, when I do these videos, you guys will know that there are two things that I constantly look at as non-negotiables. These are
live support,
fundamental criteria that these guys.
I'm guessing he's going to say live support.
Basically, me, and they are the question of: are these guys?
FCA back to us. Okay,
I see. In this case, yes, they are. And do they offer you protection under the Financial Services Compensation Scheme? So again, in this case, they are.
Yes, they do.
What they're doing is they're keeping your money in a segregated account.
That's really powerful, because I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time coming across my brother over here, but for me, that was really the number one thing that I looked at, because if you're able to trust your banks, and not trust as like, I know my bank, like I love them, they're never gonna do anything to harm me, or not that kind of trust, but as in like, if you are comfortable, majority of us, We're comfortable depositing money into the bank and just letting it sit there. We never nobody wakes up at night like, oh my days, is Barclays or Halifax gonna steal my money today? No, because it's backed up exactly just like you just said. FCA, FSCS, backed up to £85,000. So that was the first thing that I looked into, and I said, oh snap. It's they are. It's basically just like the normal banks, that we bank with. That was one of the main factors that pushed me to go ahead and feel comfortable enough to deposit a large sum of money. At the time, it was £5,000. So we like that already.
Services compensation scheme up to £85,000. So that is a great start. They meet the key two criteria.
Wonderful.
They're an absolute must for anybody that you work with or decide to place money with. So they pass with flying colours in that regard. One thing that I do love on this site though is this bit right here. Having things on your phone and having things accessible, I think is really, really important, particularly if we're trying to encourage people to begin investing much, much sooner in life. Having something on your phone means that it's accessible, it's there, it's in your face.
Quick.
It's likely to be higher on your priorities than the way things have been in the past, where you invest and you don't get a statement for 6 months or even maybe 12 months and then you review it. Having it on your phone means that you can constantly see it, you can constantly work on it, you can constantly keep yourself up to speed with what's going on.
And you can even get notifications.
This could be really, really powerful, particularly if you find yourself in a point of time where the market's increasing value, you have the confidence to continue to invest and purchase shares. This is a great thing, and I love that. And I like that they have on here Tesla stock, and they've got gold, so they're showing you what you can invest in.
The possibilities.
I think this is really, really great.
Uh-huh.
So one thing that I really wanted to pay attention to was up in this section right here. And this part basically...
You guys better be taking notes.
...that they have available to you if you're going to use the app. And it's one app to trade, invest, and grow wealth. For the purposes of this review, I'm going to be focusing on the invest side, which is the first one that they're highlighting here. And this is all about free investing in real stocks and ETFs. ETFs are exchange-traded funds. No commission, no fees, no limits. Uncompromising execution on the leading exchanges. Now, this bit for trading, CFD, stocks, Forex,
which I'm not a big fan of.
All this stuff, this right here is for the big boys. This is extremely risky. This is not investing. This is trading. Those two things are very, very different. So
I think it's gambling.
That service, and they also have the ability to invest in an ISA as well. And if you watch me, you will know that I always state that if you're a first-time investor, your
ETFs.
ISAs are the first port of call that you should begin with. So it's nice to see that they offer the tax-free wrappers in
nice.
an ISA as a forum for you to invest in. I'm going to jump very, very shortly into the app on my phone and show you a couple of things. But I do just want to drive home a couple of things that I've just mentioned there, just so that it's clear with everybody. They are offering you the ability to invest in the markets and also to trade. Trading and investing are two different things. You have to understand that. If you simply digest information that's on YouTube, Instagram, and social media, it is easy to confuse the two things and think that trading is investing and investing is trading. They are not. Investing basically means you buying stock in a company. And as a owner of a stock in a company, you are eligible for dividends. We'll know a lot about dividend stocks, dividend income. You only get that when you physically invest and buy stocks,
a dividend-paying stock,
shares. When you are trading, you are betting either for or against the performance of a stock, a currency, or a commodity like oil or gold. You're betting either for or against the price of that stock. So, for example, I could say,
go up or down.
I think today the share price of Tesla will go up, and I would place a trade in the hopes that the Tesla stock price increases in value. If it does, my trade.
So far, I love the explanation is clear, and It's very simple. He's well spoken, obviously, as you guys can see, but it's easy to follow along, and I like it. I like it. Definitely, it was a conversation with money. So, guys, definitely go check it out. It seems like you're gonna learn a lot as well as from my channel. We're talking about Trading 212, obviously. So, if you haven't signed up for Trading 212 and you do want your free share, then link is in the description. If you're gonna open up an account, you might as well get a free share from it by depositing £1. Chips money, basically chicken and chips. You can't even buy chicken with it, as I keep saying. Chips money, and you get you could get a share that's valued up to £100. So if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what else will.
If it doesn't, then I fail in terms of the trade and I lose money, and I can put things like stop losses on that. Those two things are very, very different. With a trade, you're not physically owning or taking ownership of a share or a stock in a business, and therefore not eligible for dividends. So it is simply a trade, a bet that you are placing either for or against the price of a share or a commodity of some kind, or in the case of foreign exchange, currency pairs. Okay, so those two things are very, very, very different, and Trade 212 give you the opportunity to be able to do both. Now let's jump into the app and have a look at what they're offering on there, and I'm just going to highlight a few things that I think are very, very important for you guys to be aware of. So this is the home page. And now on the home page, I've not actually funded my account
that was his
yet.
portfolio. He's funded it already. I was like, what?
Today, just to get a feel of what the experience is like using the app. But this is the home page, and this basically gives you a list of all of the big companies, right? So here you've got Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, Alphabet, Google, Microsoft, Boeing, Alibaba, Barclays, and
the heavy hitters.
With this, you can see what their share prices are, and these are moving share prices. So, you know, with Tesla, it's currently going, it's going up, and it's gone down. It's going down now. But that's really important, because if you, for example, buy Tesla stock, I own Tesla stock, and you wanted to trade on the Tesla stock, for example, or sell it, buy it, you're able to know what the price is at that given moment in time. And I think that's very, very important, because it informs your decision on whether you're going to buy or whether you're going to sell. Now, with this, you can also display their tickers. So, for example, if you click into this here, it gives you a graph. Just move myself
so you guys can see
a track record of what the performance of the stock has basically been. I mean, if you look back at this point here, the stock was, what was that, $866, and today it is at $832. So it's still a little bit off its high, but you can see its ticker. The ticker is essentially the designation that a stock has on the stock market. So for Tesla, it is TSLA, which is at the top of the screen right there. But let's just come out of this. Now, one of the things that they do that is really, really good is they give you the option to buy fractional shares. And I just want to talk a little bit about
which I love,
because it is something that seems to be the hype at the moment on social media. And fractional shares are a great thing. So fractional shares, typically, if you look at the share price of Amazon, it's
too expensive,
$427 a share. Now, if you're a first-time investor, it would be hard for you to find $2,427 to purchase one share in Amazon. So what Trading 212 do really well is they give you the option to buy a fraction of an Amazon share. And that means that it lowers the barrier of entry that you have as a first-time investor when you want to invest in these stocks. Now,
it's like a help to buy.
It's really
or first-time buyer, home buyer, whatever.
So if you only had £1, for example, because you can get started with as little as £1 with these guys, it will buy you 0.0001 of Amazon. Now, if Amazon were to pay a dividend, then it means that you would get 0.0001 of the dividends payment, either for that quarter or for that year.
Better than nothing.
On how regularly they pay their dividends. So,
which is the insane part. Because with the sign up that they do, that majority of us mention, is they're actually giving you out money. So they're actually giving out a free share, as I mentioned, that could be last time I got one that was £20. So it's requiring you to deposit £1 into the account. but yet I received £20. So that's one major thing that I'm happy that Trading 212 does, as well as you giving you then the link to be able to basically bring in as many, well, not as many people as you can, but 20 people in order for you to get the free share, or to keep getting a free share basically. So you can get essentially 20 free shares, not 20 free, but 20 free shares, which is quite powerful. You can end up making a large sum of money, you know.
In the market,
that's very powerful.
in stocks
so I hope he mentions that as well,
so that you can gain confidence in number one, how the,
because most of us, we've got a lot of family and
pay
friends.
out dividends, and simply just understanding the fundamentals of businesses and how they come to pay dividends, because dividends are paid from profits. They have to be doing really well. If a company is making profits, then it's likely that their share price is going to increase, because they are then paying a dividend. So as more people flock to buy the stock price goes up. But you get to learn all these things from experience, starting really, really low with things like fractional shares. Now, on the flip side to that, one of the questions that I get on Instagram from my followers is fractional shares. I want to get dividends, and I want to be able to make enough dividends so that I can start to earn passive income. And I think
with fractional shares,
understand
it's quite difficult.
By buying fractional shares, you're not necessarily going to be in a position where you're going to
significant
get passive income that is going to change your life immediately. And that's one of the downsides
that's the truth.
Of buying fractional shares, because you're only buying a fraction of a share. When it does finally pay out dividends, you're only getting a fraction of that dividends. Now, I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube, and people who have, share portfolios on Trade 212 with 25, 30 stocks in there. And it's good to be diversified. And this is something that I speak a lot about on my channel on
diversification.
Instagram. Being diversified is absolutely key. So you don't want to go and buy Tesla stock and maybe Microsoft stock and maybe another stock, and you'll have all your money in 3 shares. That means that your risk is way too high. And this leads on to another discussion around risk, investment risk, because this is very, very real when you're buying shares in companies like this. There are so many factors that could impact the price of the share price that are completely outside of your control. So holding 3 stocks means that you carry more risk than having, say, 12 or 15. But there is
but then again,
over diversifying. If you have 25, 30 stocks.
What I was gonna say, but then again, on that part, just a quick part to mention, which it depends on how you want to see it. Even though he did mention that you having free stocks, there's more risk and whatnot, but then again, there's a bit more reward as well. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's riskier, you're less diversified and all of this. Very, very, very true. But what we do have to also acknowledge is from March up until now, Tesla made a lot of people an insane amount of money because they went in heavy on it. So, and by heavy, they had a lot of money invested in Tesla. Why? Because they believed. And not only belief, it's not faith that we're talking about. So it's not like a religion. I just believe it's going to go up. Tesla's going to go up. But they did their research. Well, the majority, not everyone, but they did their research. Some people it was hype and they still made a lot of money. Some people it wasn't. But I believe if you have a long-term mindset and you've got a decent amount to invest in a company that you believe in, that you've done research in, extensive research, then I don't see why not. Just make sure you know what you're doing. Majority of people don't. So which exactly I understand why my brother here is making a conversation of money is making, and I do apologize because I don't know his actual name. First time coming across his videos, but I could see exactly where he's coming from, and it completely makes sense. So far, I'm loving this video. We're getting a wealth of knowledge, which is really good, and it's always going to progress you along, in your investment journey.
So which ones are doing really well? Which ones are a complete waste of time? The idea here is that you have to understand what kind of investor you are and what strategy you want to employ. It would be a good approach to do some fundamental research of some of the companies that you're going to be investing in, and I want to show you
which
something
I just mentioned,
that Trading 212 do really, really well. So let's just go into
the about section,
the watch list again, and let's
the
go
breakdown.
Tesla. I own Tesla stock. The reason why I bought Tesla stock is I drive a Tesla. I've had one for 5 years.
Does he actually?
I follow a lot of Tesla news. I like Elon. I understand what he's trying to do. I understand how the business is progressing.
Which is strange because I just mentioned Tesla as well. So if you're finding value in this, destroy that like button for the YouTube algorithm so it gets this video out in front of someone maybe who needs to hear this, but someone that could be in your situation as well, that you're thinking, okay, I want to get started investing, but I'm not sure. I want to see, I want to come across someone who's a bit more credible, or someone I can just trust, people who are transparent. So first of all, you've landed on the correct channel. Be sure to subscribe as always, but check out my brother's channel over here because I really like what he's talking about. It seems like what we're both saying really aligns,
Drive technology that they have in the cars, the Model 3, the Model Y.
Let me move myself so you can see it's Tesla.
New technology that they're developing, I see where that might be a position in the future where they gain a strategic advantage. They already have a strategic advantage with the international network of superchargers, and these are some of the reasons why I decided to buy Tesla stock. That doesn't mean that those are reasons why you should buy them. It might be wrong.
Do your own research. Yep.
This isn't financial advice. This is just for educational purposes, but it's important for me to state that and highlight that. But one thing that Trading 212 do extremely well is they do give you some information about the stock. So if you look at this part here, in addition to the chart of their stock price over a period of time, you can go from 1 day to 1 week to 1 month to 3 months to 1 year, and you can have a look at their maximum, which in this case I don't know how far it goes back, but it will probably go back maybe maybe
proper
5 years
far.
So. You can see the journey on the stock price. But in addition to that, it does give you further information about the company,
which I like as well.
What they do, their products, so on and so forth. The CEO, Elon Musk, the amount of employees they have, where they're situated, what industry sector they're in,
their P ratio, dividend yields, none.
These things are very, very important. You have to learn exactly what all of this information means so that you can inform your decision with the right bits of information to ensure that you make the right decision.
Correct decision, educated decision.
Summaries. These are very, very important. Income statements, right? These are fundamental things. Balance sheet. Total assets, total liabilities. You can see how much money they owe. You can see how leveraged they are. So in the case of Tesla, debt to assets is 80%, right? So some people may say, well, actually, that's pretty high. And some people would say, actually, that it is. But then you then need to have a look at how they're projected in terms of their revenue going forward. So these things that they provide here are really, really good. And if you're going to use these guys, it's very, very important that you get a fundamental understanding of what all this information means so that you can make an informed decision. One thing that they do really, really well, which I just want to show you on the app here, is they do provide you with a ton of videos. And I
tutorials.
could not encourage you more. Take time to watch the videos. Believe me, if you don't, you might regret it. And with all this kind of stuff, you've got to think of it this way. This is your money.
True.
The onus is on you.
Yep.
This is something that you're taking into your own hands. And it's important that you
1000%.
gather the information, the right information. You
That's
take
required.
the time to learn the information that you need so that you don't make a mistake and you get into the situation where actually if you'd known something you wouldn't have done it. So please do take time to watch videos, these videos in here. There's quite a few,
and I would say even take time to really just dive into it. Make it almost as if you've gone back to school and you're trying to study and see like, okay, what is this? What is PE? Not PE that you did in school, but related to investing. What is just the fundamentals or the things because the more I feel like with investing, the more you equip yourself with knowledge and the know-hows, the better, or the more you can breathe and say, okay, cool, I feel like I'm making the right decision because I've looked into the not only the history of the company, but where they're going, the projections, the income, cash flow, the balance sheets, and all of the great stuff that he's mentioning right there. So do your research. Basically, what you're saying, do your homework beyond the videos that they provide you on the Trading 212 platform. Do your own personal research so you can be good.
Together there. They've got 49 videos for technical analysis for beginners. I think that will be more sort of attuned to guys who are looking at CFDs and trading in particular. But
CDF.
still, even if you are investing, it's worthwhile looking at some of that information as well. But my final thoughts on Trade 212. Look, guys, they are offering a new approach to allow people to begin investing in the markets. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. One big question that I do have is that it is virtually impossible to provide a free service. And I've done a little bit of research today, and I don't know how Trade 212
managed to do it.
Money on this service specifically. They will make a load of money on the
CDF. Yes. What do I keep saying? CDF. CFD.
On the invest side of the business that
I've tried to take a look into that as well, and I haven't really found a way as to how. Because what I did come across is to do with the CDF. You know, they have premiums basically where they push you further along towards a premium service, or where you'd pay like basically a premium amount. That's where they collect most of their income and revenue from, and then that's able to sustain the business and blah blah blah. But it wasn't quite clear, so maybe that's something that we need to do further research on. If you know, then let me know in the comment section down below. But if it's pretty much the same thing, also let me know in the comment section down below. It's always good to see your lovely faces down there, you know?
That I don't know.
Yeah, he says he doesn't know as well.
Certainly, if I were going to be using them, I would want to know how they're making money. There are a number of theories out there around how they make money, whether they be on the spread when you purchase shares and you execute an order. If that is the case, I would like to see that in fine print, because that's important to know. It's important that they're transparent with how they make money. Nothing is ever free in business. So the big question is, where's the compromise? That's really important to understand. But should you use it? Absolutely. I believe it's an app that is going to get you on the journey, started on the journey at least, to invest in building yourself an important, valuable portfolio in the future. But I think there are a number of things that you need to be aware of. Number one, the risk versus the reward. The rewards are easy to understand because it's aspirational, but you absolutely need to understand the risk. You have to understand how to diversify your portfolio. Very, very important. 25, 30 stocks is over diversifying in my opinion, and this isn't financial advice. Again, this is just for educational purposes, but I've been in wealth management now for 8 years. 25, 30 stocks for me is over diversifying. Can you pick 12, 15, maybe 20 stocks max that will give you the best bang for your buck? How do you go about doing that? That's a learning curve. That's information that you need to find, and things that you need to educate yourself on and execute adequately within your purchase plan when you're using these guys. But look, that's my review. I think it's a great
wonderful
service. If you guys have any questions, you know where I am. Feel free to drop me a message.
Wonderful. So what I would say is, do your own research. Definitely, he's mentioned that. That's something that you should know anyways, because at the end of the day, you are the driver. It's you. It's your money. It's not my money. It's your money. So you need to make sure that you do the research in order for you to feel comfortable enough to be able to move forward and make educated decisions. You know, you don't want to be guessing stuff. And then I think the good thing that he mentioned there as well about picking like 20 stocks, or 20 shares, or 20 different companies, or 10, or whatever it is, solid companies that you believe in. You've done your research. You basically, when you sleep at night, they can wake you up and they'll ask you, do you believe that this company is going up, blah, blah, blah. You can say, yes, I've done X amount of research. They can ask you, okay, roughly what was their numbers? You can say roughly their numbers were this, because you're confident about that company, about those companies. So I feel like that's really important. Otherwise, you're just gambling. There's no difference between what you're doing compared to what they do in a casino. Do you get what I mean? Because I've just chucked in an ETF, S&P 500, and I'm good. So I think a mix is good. I think that's what he was referring to as well, where you have a mix of, you know, ETFs, maybe some REITs in there as well. But you're quite well diversified and not over diversified where you're basically, I'm diversified. That's the key. Diversification. And that's all that ever comes out your mouth, because at the end of the day, you want to make money, and Warren Buffett referred to the number one strategy in trading, or not in trading, in investing or in the stock market is, number one, don't lose money. And then he follows it up with step number 2, which is always do step 1, which is never losing money. So basically, you get the gist. Do not lose money, which, if you focus short term, you can think, I'm losing money because I'm in the red. But when you focus on a long term, you actually get to see the graph and you're like, oh, hold on, that's an incline. So even though there were a bunch of dips in the middle, but overall, we're hitting that incline and we're just steadily going forward. 20-30 years, you're laughing. That's the aim. That's the whole point of the whole channel. You know, that's why we're doing this and everything else. So I don't have to tell you, but destroy that like button. Shake it all about. If it means, if you received some value in what we shared today in my brother's video over here, conversation of money, then definitely go subscribe, like the video as well, like this video, share, subscribe, do all of that stuff, because it really does help push this channel out to like-minded individuals and people who truly believe on they believe that it's possible, because I always say if it's possible for one, then it's possible for all. Okay, so be sure to do that, guys. Alright guys, but once more, Trading 212 link is in the description. If you deposit £1 into the account, they will give you a free share that is valued up to £100. So let me know if you get, are you gonna get what, Tesla? Are you gonna get National Grid, BP, Smile Direct? That's one of the free ones, a few of the free ones, including EasyJet that I received. So let me know what you receive and I'll tell you what I received if you ask me and you DM me or whatever it is. Okay guys, by watching this video, you did not waste your time. Don't forget to tell your haters to get in line. Check out this awesome video and this awesome video if you enjoyed watching this video, and subscribe button once more is right there. So peace out, much love, and bye bye guys.